Ken Pyle with Vioti TV. We're at Parks Associates Connections Conference at CTIA. We're with James Morehead of Supportcom. James, you're going to be on a panel in a little bit talking about support, talking about remote support. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your perspective on where things are today in terms of providing that last mile support, if you will.
Well, it's really evolved from where it was a few years ago. A few years ago, support was really about the PC, primarily around viruses, spyware. It's really evolved into how the home network has become that critical hub for everything, whether it's medical devices, home automation, security. It's gone from convenient access to the internet to really what pulls your life together. So if you have a problem with technology now, it's not just a nuisance. It can impact your business, it can impact your education, it can impact your health. So the need for tech support, timely tech support, comprehensive tech support has really grown over the last decade.
Well, and speaking of that, you guys have been around for a long time doing this sort of thing. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what Support.com does, and then we'll continue the conversation.
Sure. We provide cloud-based services and software to enhance customer experience, reduce support costs, and also allow companies to launch premium technology support programs where they're actually able to charge a premium for a support offering that goes beyond what you might expect in a free or included tech support offering.
So what sort of entities use your service then to enable that?
Sure, we work through partners, large brands, retailers, service providers, technology companies, and we enable them to place their brand on a premium support offering. So we're more of an ingredient in their support, whether that's providing the technology and the people that actually take the premium support calls, or we just license the technology to allow companies to enhance customer experience and lower costs.
And the technology, it sounds like there's probably a couple elements to it. There's the cloud-based part of it, but then there's got to be something down at the device level, I would think.
Yeah, it's a great question. Yeah, we combine client-based technology as well as tools that the analyst uses, combine both views of the world to allow the agent or tech support agent to more quickly troubleshoot, diagnose, and solve the technology problem. So that's where we've really put our investment. For the first 5-6 years of our of Support.com, we were focusing that technology for our own use by our agents, and late last year, really due to customer demand, we've now licensed that technology for use by companies with their own labor force.
Well, one of the things, and back probably the last time I interviewed someone from Support.com, as you pointed out, it was focused on the PC, and already there was a huge number and printers and all that stuff. But now you've got things that are just weren't invented necessarily then, right? Devices out there. How are you keeping up with just the explosion of devices?
I mean, that's where we really add value, is we're at the heart of technology because we're there when technology fails, or technology may be working but is hard to interconnect and connect other devices. So we look at how we can get technology embedded in devices like high-def televisions or smartphones or tablets, and use those deployments of software to help the tech support agent more quickly troubleshoot and diagnose problems. That's really the key, is it has to go beyond what we call phone therapy, which is simply talking the customer through it. To the extent we can remotely diagnose or even take full remote control of an endpoint device, really enhances customer experience, accelerates time to solve the problem, and provides a more premium experience, whether you're charging for that experience or whether you want your free support experience to be perceived as premium.
And now with a lot of these devices, is it mandatory that you kind of have a relationship with the manufacturer early on to get your clients embedded in there?
It depends. There are some devices that are open enough that, a PC is a great example of that. Macs, to an extent, devices like Android and Apple devices, you can do a certain amount of valuable diagnostics and remote configuration without having to go to the extent of vendor by vendor embedding of technology and OEM relationships, which is hard for the largest companies to coordinate. So we look for paths that don't rely on that sort of proprietary relationship, but there are going to be situations where a proprietary relationship enhances it further.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it seems like the explosion of devices, you touched upon it, mobile, right? Is that starting to play into kind of this overall ecosystem, if you will?
Yeah, the point we're at with mobile right now is helping people set up, helping them with training, helping them get started, more how-to. As we see more incidents of mobile security issues, as more of commerce and usage goes over a mobile device, the hackers are going to target them. And if you look at some of the more open mobile platforms, there are more reports of viruses attacking those devices. So we view that over time, as more computing focus goes to those devices, the same sort of challenges are going to go to them. But for now, it's really focused in the mobile area of how-tos, getting people started, and making sure that they get value out of the device and don't return it to the retailer due to a lack of understanding.
Well, it sounds like there's a lot of opportunity for your company as well as the various providers to make the experience better for the end customer.
Yeah, we get asked the question sometimes, well, isn't stuff going to get so simple that there's no need for support and it magically goes away? We have seen absolutely no evidence of that. We've seen evidence that the complexity is changing the nature of support. There's sort of this foundation of viruses, spyware, the traditional thing people think of around premium support, but that's been dwarfed in some of our customers by the services around wireless networking, connecting new devices, getting a wireless printer to work with a tablet, getting a media server to connect to a high-def television. There's so much complexity, and there's no practical reality of one company owning the entire landscape. That's the role we play. Is we want to take all the headaches out of that complex world so people can just enjoy technology.
Yeah, and keeping it working, right? So
that's right, exactly.
James, I appreciate your time.
Okay, thank you.